Hey guys, it's Trev here. Real quick, right off the top of this week's episode, you're going to hear me say we have video and we have it figured out this week. We do not. There is no video. I thought we had it figured out. We didn't. It looked. Look, I am doing my best. And there's no video, but there is the audio. Hope you enjoy it. And hopefully, maybe, fingers crossed, I'll have it figured out for next week. All right, enjoy.
Welcome to the podcast.
This is it, guys. Hi, we have video this week. We figured that out.
Yeah, let's just talk, whatever.
Yeah, that's it. And this, my name's Trev.
My name's David, and this is Trudging Along, and this is where we just don't fucking give a shit.
Yeah, that's it. That's essentially what this is. Like most people, we're just trudging through life. To
I'm
trudge.
Pour a beer. I'm pouring a beer as we talk in this episode because fuck it.
Okay, nice. Yeah, to trudge, the slow, weary, yet determined walk of a man who has nothing left in life but to simply soldier on. And that's this in a nutshell.
The fucking
The quote from A Knight's Tale. I did, yeah. I memorized Paul Bettany's line.
No, is that also the definition of the word?
I mean, I think it's definitely the definition of trudging. They just probably flowered it up a little. We're pouring. This is, by the way, for those of you that watch Beer Me and the live streams that we did in quarantine, Shay would always pour his beer into a Guinness glass, and I would always call that sacrilegious. And now here you are giving me a Guinness glass.
Those are the only clean glasses I had. I knew you were going to say something.
I am, yeah, because I don't love the idea of besmirching a Guinness glass, but it's not mine, so I guess, what the fuck are you going to do? And, when in Rome, I don't want to, this is your home, so I don't want to, I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth.
Here's
to feeling good none of the time. Okay, well, I got my medicine.
Ooh.
It's nice, yeah. It's we're drinking. It's a raspberry lime pilsner, 5%. Shout out Lighthouse Brewing.
Yeah, Lighthouse Brewing, Victoria, British Columbia. That's an island off the coast of BC.
Very good.
I wanted to give you all the facts, just so you have the fucking facts.
That's it, and that's a rare thing these days, as learning about the facts.
Yeah, you gotta have the facts. If I say Victoria, they say, "Where's Victoria?" I say Victoria, BC. It's an island off the coast of British Columbia.
There you go. You're like a walking, not a thesaurus. You're a walking encyclopedia of knowledge about this province.
Yeah, I got everything. I got them all up in the bean.
Yeah,
where do you want to go? Where do you want to go?
So, what's got you trudging, my guy? How you been? It's been a couple weeks.
Oh, just the fucking everything.
Right.
The internet.
Okay, yeah, no, okay, that's fair. Just the just basically everywhere you go to.
Yeah, everywhere. It's like
everywhere you turn, it's another dick slapping you in the face.
Yeah, imagine back in the 90s when I was a child saying, in 20 years, you're going to be able to go online and listen to every single moron's opinion.
Did you remember, because we're of the age where we remember pre-internet and then post-internet.
Yes, I remember.
And so so when you first got internet, what did it look like and what were you most excited for? Like, where did your imagination go besides pornography?
It was porno.
Yeah. I mean, obviously. But let's get the porno out of the way.
I first got internet in, what was it? 87, I think it was.
You guys had internet early then. 87?
Yeah, my dad bought the first Macintosh. It was a Macintosh desktop.
Yeah.
And you could play online, chess and stuff.
Okay.
I don't know what the dial-up was. It was like...
But yeah, you had a dial-up connection, right?
Yeah, that's the small... you couldn't do anything. You could look up also... You could look up dictionary stuff.
Shay, if Shay were here, shout out to Shay, he might ask what's dial-up. He might not know.
Oh, fuck off.
He might not.
I saw a tweet yesterday that someone said people are having kids now that weren't alive when the first Shrek came out.
Yeah.
That's fucked in the head.
The first Shrek came out in 2001, right?
Yeah,
2001.
Mom and dads weren't alive when Shrek came. I right now I want to put a fucking bullet in my brain.
I know, right? Yeah. Well, if you think about, this is kind of we could get this spiral with this topic, but my friends are having kids now. Because when you turn 18, at least in Alberta, 19 here, 21 in the States. Whenever you become an adult in the eyes of the law, what do? You go and you buy alcohol, you buy a lottery ticket, and maybe you go to a strip club, something just like to mark. Hey, I'm allowed to
reach the age.
Yeah. Right.
Oh. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, because you're excited about.
You're like, holy shit! I can now show my own ID, my own legitimate ID, and I can get Like I can buy myself
swank.
booze. Yeah.
You can get a swank.
But we have friends with kids now that are like, to them, once they hit that age, 18, 19, 21, whatever, they're going to be able to do all of that, but also to buy cannabis. It's just going to be a normal thing.
What's the normal thing now?
Well, but it wasn't, right? Like growing up, when we were growing up, it was like, hey, the DARE program, don't do drugs, it's illegal.
You get in trouble badly for being caught with marijuana.
Yeah. Don't even get me started about the states, but yeah, that's what I mean. It's just like it's insane that like all of a sudden it's going to be as ubiquitous to them as a bottle of wine.
Yeah. But where were we? Oh, back to the internet though. I honestly don't. I remember dial-up. The internet through the 90s, I played a couple of online video games, started doing a lot of that.
Oh, yeah?
But the internet wasn't a big thing for me, and where it was like, oh, God, so many people are on it, until like YouTube and Facebook. And then it just blew up.
So that's late, though. That's like
2007? I think Facebook.
So 2007, I know Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook started spring of 2007, I'm sure of it.
I remember I signed up for Facebook when I was at the U of A, when you had to have a post-secondary email address.
Okay, yeah, that was right before. So it started.
So yeah, I think I signed up, and then like 3 months later, it opened up to the public.
Yeah, so that was in like January of 07.
So you weren't really online. Like, what about like MSN Messenger? You never.
Oh yeah, Messenger. But no, I'm talking about the internet. Like that was all small stuff. Like all through like the thousands, I just used it for video games and like the news.
I always looked up like entertainment news online. I never really got into gaming on the computer. Like I would connect my consoles to the internet and play through that.
Constantly gamed.
And then MSN Mess. It was the connectivity, right? That's when it really took off for me. I still remember the beige modem that we got.
Yeah. Your 28.8
Yeah. I remember this massive box that sat on top of the PC.
I think the first one was 14, and that was horrible.
Yeah, well, I mean, at the time, it was like it was insane. And then like making my own. Do you remember I don't think I can say my first email address. Do you remember your first email address was?
It's still the same one.
It's still the same one.
Yeah.
I respect that, because your email address now, it's fine.
So stupid.
No, but it's fine. Like it's not like you're like okay, that's fine. Mine was I had a couple early on. I remember I had a Yahoo and I had a Hotmail. And
mine's still Hotmail, and I created it in 2002.
Yeah, I think mine were probably around the same, like early 2000s.
Oh, another thing I only did on the internet in the 90s still, one of the main best things, when you got a faster modem. I remember when Shaw started coming out with faster modems, when it was like 28.8.
Like cable.
Yeah, cable
modems. It wasn't dial-up anymore.
I remember cable, it was like the huge revolutionary thing. It was like 1999.
Yeah.
And you were able to download music and videos faster.
Oh, yeah.
On LimeWire.
Oh,
and fucking Napster.
Kazaa.
Yeah.
Napster was great, but I remember my buddy and I, my childhood friend Mike Doyle and I, we would just go on Napster and we would try and download stuff, and you'd have to be quick enough to download it before it got removed.
Yeah. I
so
remember that.
You're like, fuck, can we get it?
You're watching it, and if it goes red, you're fucked. And if it was green when I was ending, you're good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like there was no iTunes, there was nothing. There was CDs you could go buy for that one song.
Everyone caught on. That's when the music industry was like, oh shit, people are just gonna download off this site now and then they're copyrighting the song. So you're like, oh, is it gonna make it? Is it gonna make it? Is it gonna get flagged?
This might be false. This might be an entire fabrication. I don't think it is. I think Metallica was maybe the first ones to sue.
Oh yeah, I think it was. What band was it?
I think it was Metallica.
Was it Metallica?
I'm pretty sure they were the ones that
I remember
paved
when it was
the way.
Yeah, it was major.
And then did Napster become, like, briefly, did they live as like a paid program? Like you had to pay?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not gonna fucking work.
No, because no one wanted to sign up for it. All the bands were like, fuck you.
Oh yeah, fuck. And like all of the names of everything was so bizarre. Like what you're trying to download, you'd parse through it, you'd finally get it, and then you would just
it would be a million
burn,
things,
like, data
and none of them
CDs.
would be right.
Yeah. I remember clicking on one. It was a song. I can't remember what song. It could have been fucking Smash Mouth, like All Star maybe. And it was someone had like done a Kermit the Frog voice.
You'd never find the right song, and it would take so long for the song to finish. And then when you were like, "This isn't the right one," you'd have to look for another one.
And you try and find the sweet spot of how many you could download simultaneously. Mm-hmm. So you wouldn't do one, but you couldn't do like 6 because 6 it would just take too long. So you had
remember
to.
It was in the graph. Like it would all line up in that little box, and you'd have like how many things pending, and then downloading, and then completed.
And then you had to go to like Kazaa, and then you had to go to LimeWire.
LimeWire I had a lot.
And then there was like LimeWire Lite, and then it was like, okay,
what? LimeWire Lite was you paid for it.
Then
You got faster downloads.
But then you download like a virus, and then you'd be like, "Fuck, it's there now. The virus is here."
Yeah, you could download a lot of porno with
tons of porno you could download. Yeah. I remember again, Mike Doyle and I, we would just download porn.
I would be amazed.
And we would just sit there,
get that porno.
And just like watch.
I remember
little clips, and then just walk away from the computer.
Am
it was
I
really weird.
getting this porno on my computer? It was amazing.
As pissed off as the music industry must have been, Playboy must have just been fucking furious.
I don't think so. I think that gave them, because they only gave you little snippets. You wanted more. I remember wanting to actually get a magazine more because I got little teasers online.
Wait a minute. You wanted to downgrade to photos that you buy at a 7-Eleven as opposed to video you get for free at home.
Yeah, you get a lot more variety.
No, you don't. It's the internet.
I used to think it was so exciting when I was able to get a porno.
Like legally or illegally?
Illegally.
Well, how did you procure them illegally? You just stole them from friends and relatives that procured them legally.
Yeah, stole the magazine. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, yeah, but there's like a thrill there because you know it's something you shouldn't have, and you have this thing you shouldn't have.
Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah.
For me, the internet, the cable modem, and then the connectivity, being able to go home from school, log on to MSN Messenger.
Oh, and chat with people?
Like, I would change my name to, like, a song lyric. If I was depressed, it would be a more depressing song lyric.
Oh, you're a loser.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
MSN Messenger
I was homeschooled for 3 years. Of course I was a fucking loser.
MSN Messenger was major, though. I remember how popular that was when it first came out. You were messaging everybody.
And then you'd, like, appear offline to see if someone that you wanted to talk to was online. Yeah. And when they came online, you'd go online.
And it would be, like, 40 people. I remember how excited you'd be if it was, like, some girl that you
Yeah. Exactly. Your crush.
It went green.
Yeah, your crush is online.
You're like, I'm not gonna say anything. Am I gonna type something?
But I always thought that I would either appear offline and then I'd go online. I'd want for her to make the first move. I'd open up the chat box and then I'd see if she's gonna be typing. She's not. Then after like 10 or 15, I'd be scouring the internet to try and find something like funny or cool to send them. Be like, oh, I just happened to see this.
Oh my god, I remember that so much now. That happened a lot.
Yeah. And then I'd be clicking through like photos or like links and shit. I'm like, I gotta find something that's gonna work here. And then I would shoot my shot, and inevitably. It wouldn't work. I mean, it might, maybe every so often I would create a bit of a dialogue, but it was the time to be alive. Let me tell you what.
Oh yeah,
it was the best of times. If only someone had told me. And then it quickly devolved, right? Because then we get to.
Now I'm remembering more of that little period. Yeah, from like 2002 to 2009. 9?
Yeah. Once Facebook hit, for the first year or something, it was like, holy shit. This is great. Now I can like post photos because there's all these weird sites that you could post photos to. Like there was like GeoCities where you could make your own free website, or there was MySpace. I never got into MySpace. Did you have Nexopia?
No, and I never had a MySpace page either.
I didn't have MySpace, but there's a Nexopia, which is kind of like the precursor to Facebook for me, where you could make a little profile, upload some photos. I remember my nanny. I was showing her it at the time. And she's like, this is like a dating site. This is weird. Because like it was just bizarre that you would just post photos and a bio of yourself on a website.
Get the fuck out of here.
But then Facebook came around. And then quickly after Facebook started becoming a thing where everyone had it. And then I guess also smartphones, you're posting photos and tagging people. I remember when I get the notification that I was tagged in a photo, I'd be like, fuck. It was like a Sunday morning. I'm like, what the fuck? What photo from last night am I tagged in? That was not a fun feeling.
Oh, I had a cup. Do
you remember? No, you never had that problem?
No.
It was the smart. Like I remember I had a fucking Palm Pilot.
For a year, my Facebook picture wasn't me, and I had a fake name for fun, so I could just fuck with people.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah, but you want to know what my fake name was?
More than anything in the world, Ron.
Peter Towel.
Why?
I have no idea. I thought it was a funny name, Peter Towel.
You thought the first name Peter. I imagine you sitting at your computer. You're like Peter
Towel,
and then looking up and seeing like a towel hung on the rack. You're like,
I don't know. I just thought Peter. If your last name was Towel, that'd be funny.
Yeah, because what? Cleanup?
I don't know.
Okay.
Anyways, and then my profile picture was the shortest man in the world. It's this man from India, and in the picture, he's like he's like fucking literally.
That's like an extra large GI Joe size. Is that a real size that he was? He'd be dead. There's no way.
He was like 3.
That's a baby. That's a baby.
Where's my phone? It's still in my profile pics. Is my first profile pic. You know when you
on Facebook?
Yeah.
No fucking way.
Swear to God.
I'm looking you up right now. I fucking hate Facebook. Facebook to me has devolved. You're 30. Okay.
Yeah, it's the last one.
Facebook to me has devolved into just posting about the stuff that we do. Oh my God, it is.
That's it. That was my first profile.
March 28th, 2007. You were bang on. Spring of 2007. That is a short individual.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if I could reverse image search this and find out who he is.
He was the shortest man in the world.
He looks startled that there's a microphone in front of him. Huh.
Some
well,
of my profile pics were fucked.
You look like a child in that one. Oh, yeah. That's at the cabin, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that one. Who is that? Willy Wonka? I like that.
Remember when you had to change your profile pic to your avatar?
What do you mean?
Or sorry, your doppelganger, sorry.
Your doppelganger?
Yeah.
That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, look at Jacob there.
Yeah, Jacob's looking good. Jacob's having a good time. Yeah, and then everything went tits up. I remember it's kind of like anything you get, though. We as a species, as a society, are stupid. It went tits up with the smartphone. Right? The smartphone. The fact that
when the iPhone came out.
Yes. Well, yeah, there's like that category. Because before, you had to go to the computer and sign in. And then you'd walk away from it. And you were done. Mm-hmm. But then the smartphone became a thing. Then it's everyone's posting something. Well, I'll speak for myself. I'll see other people posting stuff, and I'll go like, they look like they're having a great time. I want to have a great time. I want people to think that I'm having a great time. I got to post shit. I got to post shit. It's got to be funny. I got to get likes. How many likes did this one get? And then all of a sudden, I become wrapped up in it. Remember Foursquare? That was a thing for a while.
Never did that either.
You could so Foursquare was a thing, but then also Facebook added the option, which I think it's still a thing. You can check in at places. You're like, hey, I'm here.
No, fucking never did that.
Okay, well, I think Foursquare went tits up because Foursquare.
Oh,
yeah, no, Foreskin is its cousin, and that was I think Grindr overtook that.
All right.
But I think it eventually went away because people would be like, hey, I'm at this restaurant, and then people would go like, oh, I can rob your house now. You're not home.
That was a real. I never even.
A lot of people, or maybe this is an urban legend, but I know there's at least a couple times in the news where it was like, hey, don't post where you are at currently because then you're saying you're not at home, and then people will know that and they'll go rob your house.
I don't remember that fucking app. Was it an app?
Yeah, Foursquare was an app. I think Foursquare came out. It became popular because then you could you'd check in at places, you'd rank places. It was kind of the precursor to Yelp, I think. Because Yelp now is like a review / checking in site.
I didn't know it was a checking. I thought it was a review thing.
And then Facebook came out with that option. I don't know if Facebook merged with Foursquare, if they bought them out, or if they just added their own feature. But you could check in at places. And then you could call it whatever you wanted to. That's something kind of like how Instagram has that now. You know how you can say you're at wherever? You'll do that sometimes.
No, I've never done that.
You'll post a photo and you'll be like, "This is where underneath."
Oh, I always post something fake.
Yeah,
but that's that's just to show where the picture was taken. That's not a fucking now here's where I am now.
Right. That's fair. Yeah, that's what it used to be.
Wait. You know what does that is Snapchat.
Snapchat.
You can turn on and you can see where anyone is at all times.
Yeah, I have that. Look, I'll open up Snapchat right now.
And you can see all your friends. They're cartoon people.
Yeah. Well, see, you can't see me. See, that means I've hidden my location, right?
Oh, can you see me?
No. Am I even friends with you on Snapchat?
Who's that there?
This is Tim. Our boy Tim is at work right now at the liquor store.
Oh, yes, that's the liquor store.
Yeah. This is a coworker of mine. Actually, she might be at work.
That is your work, isn't it?
No, she's.
Where is she?
I think she's at a friend's place.
At the what?
That's the Brentwood Mall.
Oh.
That's right by my work.
Oh, who else you got on there?
I have my sister.
In Calgary?
No, she lives here. Oh, she might have turned her location services off. I think she did. She's not on here.
You got anyone else in the world?
Oh, who's this guy?
Who's that fucker?
Oh, this is a former coworker of mine.
Where is he?
She's in Coquitlam.
Oh, sorry.
Another former coworker of mine in Langley, and then I think there's some people in Alberta. Let's zoom.
This is amazing.
Let's zoom the fuck out here. Here we go. Who's that? I don't know who that is. I legit don't know who that is.
Who are those fuckers?
We got this is so this is my friend's younger brother's ex-girlfriend.
Uh-oh.
This is a friend of mine. That's a friend of mine. That's my goddaughter's mom.
Whereabouts is he?
She. In Edmonton. And then over here, it looks like my sister-in-law is at home right now.
Who's that?
That's my sister-in-law.
Which one's that?
Her name's Jen.
Oh, is that your
my wife's sister?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jen, I met her.
Yeah. Yeah, we went.
She's great. She's great.
Oh yeah.
We went to
loves to party.
Avengers.
Yeah, loves to party. She's trying to kick a cocaine habit right now. No, I'm kidding. That was a joke.
Is she?
No, that was a joke. Oh, God.
Get off the snow.
I'm not editing that out because we're too far in now and it'll take too long to do, but everyone should know that that's a joke.
Get off the snow.
Yeah. The powder.
Yeah.
The white rabbit. That's a line from The Matrix. It does refer to cocaine, right?
No, chasing the rabbit is heroin.
Oh. I'm not up to date on drugs.
I'm pretty sure. Well, it's chasing the dragon, but the white rabbit I think is opium.
You know what I've been very interested in
know.
recently? I'll open up about this. I don't even know why I said it like that, like it was a big deal. It's not. I really want to do mushrooms. You've done them before accidentally on a burger, I think.
I did them one time, and I never did them again because they fucked me up.
Yeah, I remember you said that your friends...
Oh, we had a mushroom party.
Oh, I thought they put them on a burger without telling you. Well, Wendy's burger, right?
I said no, I wasn't going to do them, and they put them in my Wendy's burger.
What kind of Wendy's burger?
It was a junior bacon.
Great Wendy's burger.
Yeah.
Good value, too.
No,
Shout out to
sorry,
Wendy's.
no. It wasn't. It was a Big Bacon Classic.
Big Bacon Classic. Never had one.
No, now they call it something else.
Oh, okay. The Baconator.
No. It's the regular burger that just
with
got bacon on it, yeah.
So it's a Dave's Classic with bacon.
Yeah. It used to be called a Big Bacon Classic.
Dave Thomas, R.I.P., buddy.
Yes, his sister's.
So how was your
daughter.
mushroom? How was your mushroom experience? Did it last long?
It lasted a long time.
Right,
yeah.
that's what I hear.
Like a few hours.
Something about me that people may not know is that well, you said earlier, I'm a loser. So I do a lot of like research about things so right now I'm reading a book by Michael Pollan. And
his last name's Pollan?
It's great last name for what it is.
Oh, you know what? There's a guy in my mail slot. Realtor. His name was.
When was he in there? Last night?
No, he wasn't in my mail slot. Not my slot. He was.
You said your slot.
He had a brochure. His name was Rob Corn.
Mr. Corn.
What a great name, Rob.
Except
Corn.
when you're in elementary school or junior high, everyone's calling you Cornhole.
Yeah, you getting cornholed? Yeah, he probably had a bad...
He had a real tough time.
Yeah.
Every time I see someone's name like that, I go like, fuck, your junior high experience must have just been shit.
Rob Corn.
Bob Corn. Bobbing for cornhole. Like, there's just so many things.
Ian, my friend Ian, one of his professors' name was Lou Piano.
Lou Piano?
Yeah.
See, piano's a great one.
It wasn't spelled piano like piano, but that's how it was pronounced.
Well, how is it spelled? P-E-E-A-N-O?
Yeah, it was some weird
Piano?
like European last name, but it was Piano. If you looked at it, it says Lou Piano.
Mr. Piano. So if I have a last name like that, I'm like, I have to learn how to play this instrument.
And then can I say someone's real? And then when I was working,
can you say someone's real? I fucking hope so.
No, real name. I was working at a law firm, and one of the doctors that we would refer, his name was Rob Rainbow, Dr. Rainbow. Swear to God.
That's the fucking coolest last name ever. There's no fucking way it's a real last name. Was it spelled like Rainbow?
Yep, swear to God, Rob Rainbow.
He changed his name.
No, he didn't.
There's no fucking way some guy's last name's Rainbow.
Swear to God, you can probably look him up now, Dr. Rainbow.
Okay, I'm gonna look him up right now.
Dr. Rob Rainbow.
In the Vancouver area?
And another, we had a therapist, his name was Ted Kuntz. And
he was not named.
It was pronounced Kuntz, but it was
okay,
Kuntz. It's
no, not Ron Rainbow.
Dr. Rob Rainbow.
Rob Rainbow, doctor. I don't want to open in YouTube. I don't want to search YouTube for this. Dr. Rob Rainbow. Fuck off. Poor Coquitlam. Dr. Rob.
Yeah.
His middle initial is A. Dr. Rob a Rainbow? No way. This sounds like a hate crime.
We used him for referrals.
Is he a dentist?
No. I don't know.
Oh, here we go. Well, this guy's a dentist.
Was he a dental dentist? Yeah, I think he was.
Was he a dental dentist?
Well, it was for personal injury, so we refer whatever injuries they had to him.
He's got a good-looking website. Oh, here he is. Is that him?
That's him, Rob Rainbow.
That's Mr. Rob Rainbow. Good for you, Rob. What a hell of a last name. Do you know that in Meet the Fockers, the studio told...
Look up Ted Kuntz.
I'm not looking that up.
I swear to God, I had his business card in my wallet.
I bet you did.
For like 7 years, and I lost it. I have no idea where it was.
How do you spell his last name?
Kuntz.
Yeah, that's like that one to
Kuntz.
me. I get that 100%. Is that him?
That's him. Yeah, Ted Kuntz.
Okay, this guy looks like Ted Bundy.
He's a therapist.
I bet he is. How many patients does he have?
But come on, his last
you...
it looks like Kuntz. You know how much trouble he got into? That's weird. Is that his son?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
How many people?
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
Said Kuntz.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, that one. That's another tough one to live down.
That's the worst one in the world. I don't know how he didn't change his name.
Anyways, Meet the Fockers. Before I start that, and then I'll get back around to it. The studio said that they had to actually find someone with the last name Focker in order to call the movie that.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
And then they did. So someone's actually got the last name Focker.
But naming your kid Gaylord, that
Gaylord
joke,
Foggers.
that joke's just dumb. Like they did that on purpose. Like why?
Yeah. No, it's also like there's no way anyone on this earth would call their son.
Also, I didn't mind Meet the Fockers.
I liked it.
I thought
Barbara Streisand and Dustin Hoffman did a phenomenal job.
I thought they were really having a lot of fun. Everyone had so much fun making it.
I actually, one of my favorite movies is Meet the Parents. It's so good.
Yeah. But I'm saying like everyone didn't Meet the Fockers. Everyone's like, oh, okay.
I think Little Fockers was fairly like it was poorly received.
Yeah, I saw it in the theater. I didn't like it.
I saw it in the theater, I think. I think I've only seen it once or twice.
I've
seen Meet the Parents.
I was so excited for all the sequels.
I remember the first time I saw Meet the Parents. It's such a good movie. I have a couple friends that don't like it because they just hate seeing this poor guy get shit on. Yeah. I don't know. I think I relate to it so much.
Everybody was, when you're in the watching, this never happens anymore because you're not allowed to make comedies anymore, but remember when
the studios don't want to pay to make them. They're all on Netflix.
Yeah, remember when you go and watch like outright laugh out loud comedies where everyone in the theater is laughing their asses off?
I think the last time
for me it was Old School.
Okay, the last time I saw a movie that was fairly full, I saw an opening weekend. I think it was a Friday night. And
Superbad.
I was gonna say that's the last one I can remember where it was
everyone in the theater was like fucking.
The theater was packed. And like I went with a friend of mine, Pat. You call him Pat McCrotch.
Yeah.
He was like he fell out of his seat laughing so hard.
Yeah, I got that. I can name the movies, handful of movies off the top of my head where everyone was hysterical.
Wedding Crashers is another one.
Yeah, Old School.
Old School, yeah.
And then there's Something About Mary.
I'm Here for the Gangbang.
I saw that in the theaters.
I didn't see Something About Mary in theaters.
You were fucking like 7.
I don't think I was 7. I think I was probably 10. When did that movie come out? 97.
97, yeah.
I was 8.
You're 8. Yeah.
Nope, I was 9.
And then Dumb and Dumber. Everyone was fucking going insane.
I don't think I mean, like, if you're 9 years old, you could watch or Something About Mary. You're not gonna get the
I was
jokes.
in grade 8 when Dumb and Dumber came out, and
That's a great age for that movie.
Yeah, I went on the Sky. I always used to take the SkyTrain because our Metro Town.
Yep.
So New Westminster took me 5 minutes to walk to the SkyTrain, and then right to the theater.
I used to go to there was this shithole theater. There was a couple shithole theaters in my hometown. One was Grandin Theater, and the other one was Village Tree. Now, Village Tree Theater, it was an underground theater. So you'd go to the mall. It was in the mall.
They're all underground. They're just freezing cold.
You take a really long. What? In Alberta?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Isn't
There's
there a lot
indoor
of stuff
heating.
underground?
What are you talking about? I'm talking like in 2002.
In Toronto, all of the area, to walk around the city, everything's underground. All the malls connect. So in the winter, everyone just stays underground and walks to all the areas.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
The one time I went to Toronto, I went to a conference and a strip club, and I never went to a mall.
That's awesome. Yeah,
I went for 3 days, and I went to
all the malls are intertwined. Like all the areas are intertwined underneath.
This is not that.
Yeah.
This is a shitty mall that's now a Save on Foods. And you'd go into the back entrance, and they would have the posters for all the movies on the wall, and then they had the ticket agent, and then you'd walk down. There's an escalator. It went. I mean, I'm remembering it as a child, but it seemed like it took like a good minute to go down this escalator. And then at the bottom, they would rip your ticket, and then you'd have the concession there, and then you could go.
That's a great layout.
It was so good. Here's the thing. I remember trying to sneak in some candy and pop one time. There was a couple of us going there, and I had just shorts and a t-shirt on, and I put this can of pop and candies in my pocket, but it was kind of like sweatpants material, so the can of pop hung like past the bottom of my shoulder.
They could see right away. Or they thought you had a horse cock?
No, they definitely did not think that. I was probably 12, 13.
Oh.
But this attendant, like,
I thought that. They
I remember as I'm approaching the attendant at the bottom of the escalator, we're getting closer and closer. He taps his buddy on the shoulder and like points at me, and they start laughing. And I know instantly.
They don't even care that you're sneaking.
They kind of care, but at the same time, they're like, I can't look at this fucking moron that he thinks he can get away with this.
Oh,
so,
did they catch you?
Oh yeah, they're like, hey, are you trying to bring in a can of pop? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, yeah, leave it here. You can have it after the movie. I was like, okay. But I remember going into the theater, the screens. I'm not even kidding you. Like the size of your TV now. It was there was a big wall.
Oh, I've been there,
but it's like
I've
the tiny corner.
In Whistler movie theater is still that way.
Same layout. So yeah, it was such a tiny screen, but at the time it was amazing. The other theater though was Grandin. That one is more like people didn't give a shit. I remember going to see Dreamcatcher.
Oh yeah, that.
You remember that movie?
Yeah, that movie's the worst.
I don't know. When did that movie come out? When did Dreamcatcher come out?
Oh god, 03?
Dreamcatcher.
I'm thinking
movie.
2003.
Morgan Freeman was in it for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, he's psycho.
2003. You
I got it
nailed
right.
You nailed it. Okay, it's got 28% Rotten Tomatoes. My buddy Matt
It's a
and I.
Stephen King book.
So how old was I in 2003? I was 16, 15. I was 15. So I was 15, and it was an 18A movie. You had to be 18. So we go to the counter. I'm a fucking 15-year-old, and
When did you graduate from high school?
2006.
Oh, okay.
So I go up to the counter with my buddy, and the attendant's looking at the tickets. He's like, or no, he doesn't even look. We had to buy him from. He was like, what do you guys want to see? I was like, Dreamcatcher. He's like, how old are you? I was like, 18. He's like, what was your birthday? I'm like trying to do the mental math of how what year I had to be born in. I was like, 84 is my birthday. And he looks at me. He's like, yeah, fine. He gave me the ticket, and we thought we got away with murder.
Oh yeah.
But obviously, this was just like a fucking 17-year-old kid, 18-year-old kid who didn't give a shit. I remember going to see Wedding Crashers at the theater, and we're buying our. We weren't seeing Wedding Crashers. We were seeing something else. Anyways, some mom comes out with her kids because it was a 14A movie, and remember the opening of that movie is just like 25 topless women all hitting the bed.
All the girls are hitting.
She's screaming at the attendant that he allowed her to take her kids into this movie. And I remember thinking to myself, when did that movie come out? 2004?
Wedding Crashers? 2005.
2005.
Five.
I remember thinking to myself, I was like 15. I was just like, you should know this as a parent. What are you like? Why are you yelling at this poor guy? Like,
it's a rated R comedy.
Yeah, this guy's like, well, what? Like, I'm thinking to myself, like, what's this guy going to say to you?
You were allowed to bring your kids in if you consent.
No, it was 14A.
Was it 14A?
Yeah, it's R in the States, but 14A here.
Yeah, but that's still 14A. It's still any normal person knows that's going to be.
Well, yeah, it's like, why are you yelling at him that he allowed you to buy a ticket and take your kids in?
Also, you can look up the rating online to see what 14A entails. So it'll say swearing, nudity.
We talked about this a few years ago on a different podcast, I think, but my dad was so fucking hardcore and anal about movies, he would go to a site called screenit.com. I think we talked about it on the Acting Out podcast.
We did. Yeah, I remember you telling me this.
Yeah, I think I subscribe to
fucked.
it. Yeah, and so it'll break down every single fucking. I remember.
Yeah, you brought it up.
Yeah, Shrek on that site. It says that the sex and nudity is like moderate. Like there's a lot of it.
No, there's not.
No, there's not. Okay, I'll bring it up again. You know what? Let's take
You know
a
what I
trip
was
down.
gonna say is.
Lay it on me.
You know how I always like, oh yeah, I get why people smuggle in food and drink, because it's expensive. But people that do that actually are pieces of shit.
Well, here's what I learned. Well,
Maybe not beers, like guys that bring in beers because they want to have a beer while they're watching.
Because if I had the option to buy it, I would.
Those fucking losers that bring in like duffel bags of nuts and candy and. When you go to like the supermarket aisle, like those people are trash.
Yeah, no. Well, here's what I learned too: is that and maybe this has changed because this is when I was a teenager. I remember learning this. The first 2 weeks the theater is playing a movie, like a new release, 100% of the ticket sales go back to the studio. Yeah. Then the third week something's in theaters, it's 90-10. So the theater chain will get 10% of the ticket sales. Then the next week it's 80-20 and it keeps going down like that. I'm sure it's changed since then. But the point is that the bulk of the people going to see a movie are going in the first 2 weeks. The first weekend even.
The theater gets nothing?
So that's where they make all their money is the concession stuff. That's why it's so expensive because that's where they're making their money.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, I mean, like it's a fucked up business model for sure. I don't think you can look up old. This site's been around since 96.
Is it showing new movies?
Yeah, it's got The Green Knight, Jungle Cruise, Stillwater. I saw Stillwater, by the way.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, with Matt Damon.
Is it good? What's it about?
It was so
Green
good.
Knight apparently jerks off into a towel and it's like cinematic.
What? Oh, The Green Knight. I thought you said Stillwater. Yeah, I think I kind of heard something about that too. I don't know.
Apparently it's really artsy.
Screen It. Shrek review. I'll see if I can find it. Yeah, I saw someone tweet like it's so refreshing to see cum in a movie again or something like that. I don't know.
It sounds like they just did it for this. Apparently, the movie's very like visual.
Okay, here we go. 2001. I just got such an instant hit of nostalgia here. Looking at this because they have not changed their site at all. And it's the exact fucking same as what my dad would have looked up in 2001. Sex and nudity, mild. In a takeoff of the dating game, the narrator introduced 3 eligible bachelorettes, including Snow White, whom the announcer states, quote, although she lives with 7 other men, she's not easy. That's a legitimate thing that they're flagging.
Noting the size of
Is this a
Farquaad's
religious,
castle,
site?
I think it is. Shrek jokes that the Lord may be compensating for something.
Oh, it is a religious site.
This is later referenced again. Fiona shows a tiny bit of cleavage in her somewhat low-cut dress. I'm not making this up. This is a real fucking site. We hear the donkey talking in his sleep as he mutters something about, quote, "Yeah, baby, that's the way I like it." The donkey mentions something about the smell of pheromones between Shrek and Fiona.
Why? That's just scientific.
Like, if you give me a movie, I will look it up on this site, and I'm telling you right now, it's going to be insane. Like,
what about movies that have like a ton of shit? Like it's like hard R.
Meet the Parents, Screen It, Review. I bet this is on here.
And your dad would look this up?
Oh my God, man. Here we go. Sex/nudity, heavy. Look at all this. Look at this.
Why would you even read all that?
Like we briefly see what looks like some home video/movie footage of Pam in a bikini. What? Yeah. That's what I was subjected to from like 2000 to 2004-ish. Every time I wanted to go see a movie, I'd be like, hey, Mike Doyle and I are going to go see this movie. And it'd be like a fucking Thursday
Your dad
afternoon.
ever shut you down?
Oh, yeah. Tons of times he'd be like, yeah, you can't see that.
Did you ever go anyways?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tons of times. Yeah. Yeah. Well, because once
I never had my dad.
Once we stopped asking for rides to the theater, because everything was within walking distance. Like, it might take like 45 minutes to walk there, but we could like hit up a 7-Eleven, grab a double gulp, walk to the theater. Like, once everything was within walking distance, or we would say we're going to see something that we're not.
My parents never cared about stuff like that.
You know what used to happen? I had a job. I was at Dairy Queen, and I get a paycheck, like an actual check that I have to go deposit. My dad'd be like, okay, I'm taking some of your check to go towards, I don't know, savings account or something. I'm like, okay, Dad. He's like, I'm going to look at your bank account every 2 weeks, and I'll just take it out. I'm like, okay, Dad. So, but what I found out was that if I went to the bank and I cashed the check, then it never showed up in my bank account.
Yeah, you didn't know you could do that?
Well, I'm like 14. Right, so like so I take the check to the bank, I cash it, it never shows up. So I'm getting 100% of the money that I make to go blow it on video games and movies. It was great, but I was a conniving little fuck.
I was able to watch rated R movies when I was fucking like 8.
See, that's fucking awesome. I remember going to the movie store, like the Rogers Video, with my buddy Matt, and we were allowed to see 14A and under, which in Canada, that's a wide range of stuff that shows up in a 14A movie.
14A.
The Matrix, 14A. Pushing Tin, 14A. I think you see Angelina Jolie topless in that movie.
Yes.
Blade, though. Blade was an 18A movie. So what we would do is we would peel a 14A sticker off of a different movie.
Hell yes.
And we would put that over the 18A sticker, and then we would just take it to the front to get by the clerk, and then we would take it home.
Forget that there was hard. One of the first Marvel movies was hard R.
That was a Marvel Studio movie,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
Blade?
So I'm pretty sure I might have this wrong, and there's people out there that know
Everyone
better
seems
than I
to think
do.
that Marvel movie started at Iron Man.
Well, Iron Man is technically an independent film, I think, but pre-Iron Man, Marvel had sold the rights to their crown jewel characters at the time were their crown jewel characters. 2 different studios, the licensing rights. Mm-hmm. Like, Sony has to make a new Spider-Man movie every, is it 3 years, 4 years? In order to keep the rights, or they revert back to Marvel. That's why we got Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. It was because Sony was like, fuck, we have to make a movie, or Marvel, which is now, at the time, what was that, 2010?
Yep.
2009? At the time, they'd made the Hulk and they'd made Iron Man, and they were up and coming. Like, they were like, holy shit! Like, they'll get the rights back, and they're gonna go places with this character, and we still need a piece of this pie.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
So Andrew Garfield got thrown under the bus.
Well, they were just like, we have to, we have to keep making these movies, and we want to keep making tons of them. So we're gonna try and introduce a bunch of stuff.
I think Andrew Garfield, a great actor. That was the worst casting I've ever seen for Peter Parker.
Yes,
in my
100%.
life.
Yeah, because he was too cool.
Yeah,
Like,
he looked
Peter
like a
Parker,
fucking handsome. But
yeah.
He looked like a fucking underwear
he looked like prom king. He looked like prom
a guy
king.
that would play the football star in a fucking teen movie.
Yeah, as someone who in his friend group is definitely the lower rung of looks,
No, that's not what I.
No, but I'm saying, like, as a kid, I was like, oh, Peter Parker is just like a lot of kids do, like a nerd, like kind of like a nobody who's still
even
special.
Tom Holland is borderline.
Yeah, he's almost too good looking, but he still plays a nerd.
But he's a young kid though.
Yeah. Andrew Garfield was what?
That was
early 20s, mid 20s.
No, older.
No. How old is Andrew? Hey Siri. How old is Andrew Garfield? This motherfucker's 37 years
Yeah,
old.
he was like in his 30s when he did that.
That means he was like 26, 27?
What? Those were like 6 years ago.
What? No.
Weren't they?
They were like 2010 was 11 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah. You want to really feel like toppling off the balcony. The Amazing Spider-Man. Okay, I was wrong. Came out in 2012.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So 9 years ago.
Yeah, so
which even worse. He was 28.
Yeah.
Playing a high school kid. No wonder he looked like he was
fucking stupid.
He has more in common with the fucking teachers than he does the students.
They casted what's his name good? The original Spider-Man.
Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire. That was
Great.
Casting.
I remember the first time watching a trailer to that one. You had to like wait for it to download, kind of like Napster, and then throwing it on the computer and watching. I was like, holy
what the fuck
shit!
were they thinking casting
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield.
Well, they went the skateboarding route. Remember that time? Like, remember that whole scene where he's just skateboarding around, and he's just doing tricks for like 45 seconds to a minute.
Peter Parker wouldn't be doing skateboarding tricks either. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, he's a science nerd.
Yeah.
I wonder if we do get all three of those guys together in the next Spider-Man movie in
They
December.
showed a teaser of it.
No,
Was that fake?
yeah. It's everything that's out right now is fake.
Oh, I thought it was real.
I saw one that I think is real.
Yeah,
and
so
it was
did I, where it looks like
it was 8 seconds. It was only 8 seconds of the end, and it was in a big theater,
Oh.
and it showed someone on a rooftop with Tom Holland, and I think it was Andrew Garfield. And then it says tickets on sale now. And then everyone in the comment section on TikTok was like, this is bullshit, this is bullshit, tickets aren't on sale, tickets aren't on sale. I was like, no, I think someone is cutting the trailer together. They took an 8-second clip on their phone because all these big movies like Star Wars or any Marvel film now, when the trailer drops, that's when they start selling tickets for it.
When is the trailer dropping for that?
Who knows? I don't know. I mean, when's
Does
the
it
next?
come out in December?
I would say it's a safe bet. No, fuck, that's a Marvel movie though. Because Shang-Chi is coming out in September.
Yeah.
And you'd think it'd come in before that, but you know what? It's going to come before Venom.
You think so?
Venom's a Sony movie.
Oh yeah, because
Spider-Man's a Sony property.
Spider-Man comes out December 21st.
Yeah, and Venom comes out in October.
Also, how fucking disturbing is it that Far From Home is 2 years old already?
Yeah. No. I don't like time. I don't like talking about time. I don't like talking about it at all.
Does it feel like you just watched that movie, the theater?
It also, I mean, time's also really fucking distorted for all of us globally.
I think the older
ever
you
since
get,
the pandemic.
Yeah, it feels like it should be still 2019.
I feel like we should all just agree, kind of like how the Olympics now is saying Tokyo 2020. We should all just take a minute. Everyone stayed the same age. The year paused. And now we can just say this is summer 2020.
It is true. It doesn't feel like 2019 just happened.
Yeah.
And what the fuck happened?
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I've heard other people say this, and I hypothesize. I think it makes sense though. The older you get, the faster time goes because each day, week, month, year represents a smaller percentage of your life.
There's a real medical term for that. Why people think that way? There's like an actual
sadness, depression.
No.
Psychosis.
If you talk to
suicidal tendencies.
It's probably all of those in a melting pot. No, there's a serious reason why time feels faster the older you get.
I think it's that though, because if you think about when you're 12 years old,
it felt like a school year. Felt like it was a whole.
Well, because
8 months felt like fucking eternity.
Well, because that 1 year represented a 12th of your life. Now a year represents a 36th of your life. Like each year represents a smaller portion of your life.
Time, you mean?
Yeah. Well, it's just kind of like now that you've had so many, each one isn't as significant, so it all starts to feel faster, right?
Faster.
Ew.
Faster.
I don't know. See, wearing these headphones and having you say that, that's not fun for me.
Yeah, that's why I said it because it sounds fucked.
Yeah, it does. I don't like it. And so before you know it, Tom Holland's going to be in his 40s. And he's going to be playing an abusive alcoholic father, winning an Oscar. And you and I are going to be around this table with these microphones going, what the fuck happened to the third Spider-Man?
Also, did you watch that Tom Holland movie where he played a serious character on an Apple called Cherry?
No, I did not. Did you?
No, I didn't watch it.
The Russo brothers directed it, I think.
Yeah,
I was going to watch it.
It looked like a fucking downer.
Yeah, doesn't he have like PTSD and then robs a bank?
And does heroin?
I heard that it was only okay. It was middling at best.
Yeah.
I kind of want to watch Joker again. I saw it twice in theaters. I bought it on Blu-ray. I didn't even open the Blu-ray. But I kind of want to see what Joaquin Phoenix again.
It's only a one-and-done kind of film.
Not for me. See, I remember watching it with my wife. She's like, I'll never watch that movie again.
Yeah, I thought it was amazing. It was so well made,
Yeah.
but it's like it's so like jarring. You're just like, okay, I got to see it.
Yeah.
You don't watch a beheading twice.
Well, different angles.
There's a lot of one and done films that were unbelievably great, but I can't.
Okay, can you name me one? I got one right on my like the second you said that, I know instantly the movie that for me is like I saw it once and it was amazing and I can't see it again.
Oh yeah. The one with what the fuck? Annihilation.
Okay, that's a great example. Yeah.
That's one and done.
With Natalie Portman.
Yeah, fantastic film, but it was a fucking mind fuck. And I was like, I'd never be like, hey, I want to watch Annihilation again.
Yeah, mine, and I even bought it. I think I bought it on iTunes because I was like, you know what, I'll watch this
and
again.
Ex Machina.
I could watch that one again.
No, that's one and done.
No, I just love Donald Gleason so much, and he's so good in that. So is Alicia Vikander.
Oh, and what's his name?
And what's his name? Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? People are trying to think of his name.
Oh, and he doesn't want to be referred to as that guy.
And the one thing they came up with is like, the guy that played Apocalypse. Yeah.
Oscar
Isaac.
I remember watching that in the theater and be like, this movie sucks.
Yeah. We were talking about Olivia Munn earlier today, and her in the newsroom. She's fantastic, and I feel like that movie didn't do anyone justice.
No.
Yeah, that was bad.
It was bad.
My wife wants to rewatch all the X-Men movies, and I'm like, I'll watch.
The original X-Men was so good, and then
X2.
X2 was unfucking believable.
X2 and Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say those early X2 was one of the best superhero movies.
That mansion sequence where he's like Wolverine's tearing through all those guys, and then you have.
It was so well done. That was like the first movie where like, wow, they're actually bringing a comic book to life.
Yeah,
they're showcasing all of their abilities.
And then you have what's his face?
Flawlessly.
Why can't I think of his name?
Nightcrawler?
No. The actor, Brian.
Brian, the bad guy.
Yeah.
He died, didn't he?
No. He's in the show.
Succession.
HBO show Succession.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't.
Why can't Super Troopers? Give me the goddamn soap.
Yeah, he's so good.
Why can't I think of his fucking name?
Yeah, as Stryker.
Brian Cox.
Brian Cox.
I'll never forget Cox.
Sucking cock.
Brian Cox was so good. That like ice wall thing.
Yeah.
That part where it's just so
that
good.
movie was so well done. Yeah.
Anyway, she wants to rewatch all the X-Men movies.
X-Men 3, The Last Stand.
That one was not
utter
great.
Dog shit.
Yeah,
I don't
that
even know
one-
what they were thinking. It was like watching a made-for-TV movie. It was so
Well,
bad,
they teed it up.
produced.
They teed it up at the end of X2 with the Phoenix in the lake,
Oh
right?
yeah, but the fucking Brett Ratner.
I remember seeing that at Grand
should
Theater,
be
by the way.
shot for making that film. It was
Brett Ratner should be shot for a lot of reasons. I feel like The Last Stand is far down on the list, but it is on that list.
It was so poorly. The production quality was horrendous. It was like a fucking movie of the week.
I felt bad for like all of like. Can you imagine like Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart?
Yeah, like what did
like, we're in this?
The editing, the
It was
afterwards,
terrible.
I was like, this is dog shit.
Yeah, it was bad. It was almost as bad as Fast 9.
Yeah.
Then what? Then they did what? Then they did the New Class. Then they did X-Men Days of Future Past.
Yeah, they fully redeemed themselves.
That was good
with both of those films.
Yeah, that was nice.
The First Class was great too with
and then it
Kevin
went off
Bacon
the,
as
yeah,
the
yeah,
bad
yeah.
guy.
And then it went off the rails. Then
Apocalypse sucked.
Jennifer Lawrence was like, "Please kill me" in the last one.
Well, I coming from a person that was in the fucking
Hunger Games. Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, what right do you have to turn your nose up at X-Men when you were in the Hunger Games?
The Hunger Games series.
I think
the last one was fucking horrible.
I remember I saw the first one. I didn't see any others. I read the books.
God,
they're
they're bad.
The first one, I remember the part where she's like healing PETA and she like rubs something on his forehead, and the theater was dead quiet. And then some guy in the back goes, "Simba."
Did everyone laugh?
Oh yeah, everyone laughed. Which.
That's hard to get an audience
I laughed.
a joke laugh out of the audience.
I laughed, but I was also a little pissed off because he's talking in the theater. But I was like, okay, this movie sucks, but still, shut the fuck up.
That the first one was intriguing because the story the books were probably great, but
they weren't that great. They were darker than the movies for sure. I remember reading. The books.
Mockingjay Part 1 and 2 were fucking horrible.
Didn't she come out with a new book now, like a precursor, where the bad guy Donald Sutherland it's like his. It's like him up and coming, or I don't know, but
and then it was so predictable. She took whoever wrote that book. Was it a woman?
I believe so. I can't remember what her name is.
She took the story of so many other things that you had to kill even the one that wanted to take over was bad as well, so they all had to go.
That to me made sense though.
Yeah, but it's so cliche. Like how many fucking they did that with Game of Thrones as well, and
yeah, who wrote this again? No, this is the movie. Why did Katniss kill herself? She killed herself? I don't remember that. Yeah, the books were dark. Hunger
Why
Games-
didn't they make the movies dark?
Because you can't. You got to Hollywoodize it.
That's stupid.
Suzanne Collins.
I'm sure a lot of people would have watched the dark versions too.
No, but it's kind of like we're talking about Joker. It's like,
Do you remember they were going to do the?
that's the first rated R movie, and because of Joker now, we're gonna
Someone
get
should
because of Joker we got Suicide Squad, which we're
Yes.
seeing tonight.
Someone
Can't wait.
Someone should redo RoboCop.
They did.
Hard R. No, I'm talking about not that fucking monstrosity. Remember who was gonna the guy that did Mother was gonna direct it.
Fuck no, that's another movie that I will never see again, but not because it was so good.
He would have made a pretty good RoboCop.
No,
though.
he would not have.
No?
Aronofsky?
Aronofsky was
Fuck
gonna
that
direct
guy.
RoboCop.
No fucking way would he make
Someone
a good
should
RoboCop.
make a hard R RoboCop.
What's
Like the
name
original.
name me the 3 things you like most about RoboCop.
The original one?
Yeah.
Is awesome.
Why? What about it? What about just
Just
anything?
classic hard R action.
Right. Okay. So just like shooting guys. It's fucking violent. It's gory. It's visceral.
Yeah,
it's
it's
badass. It's
adult.
kind of cheesy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All those things. No fuck. You want Aronofsky to do that?
Okay, yeah.
The guy that
you're
did
right,
Black Swan. Mother. I
Oh, God, that
fucking
was him circle jerking.
hate that movie. I fucking hate Mother. I
It was
can't
literally
stand it.
him behind the camera going like this.
Nothing like the whole Ed Harris too. I love Ed Harris. Like the
love
allegory
Javier
about
Bardem.
the earth. I love Jennifer Lawrence. I love Javier Bardem. I love who's Ed Harris's wife in that movie. I'm sure I loved her too. I
Oh,
don't
she's
remember.
great. Yeah. It was that show was a pile of shit.
I saw that by myself and I went through 6 beers in like 90 minutes. I don't even know why I stayed. I'm at that point now where it's like, why did I even stay in the theater? 2017. Who else is in this movie? Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah, that was the one. Yeah.
Donald Gleason is in that movie? Donald, what are you doing?
He just started acting then. Pretty good
What
credit.
are
And
you
fucking Darren
do-
Aronofsky.
Darren Aronofsky, what do you... Didn't he do... Look at him. Doesn't he just look like a fucking... Okay, I'm being mean now.
He hasn't directed a movie since then.
This guy looks like the biggest jackass in a fraternity. What happened there? You okay?
I just sneezed.
I showed you the picture and you're allergic to him.
Has he directed a film since Mother?
Good question. Let's take a
I
look.
don't think he has.
Nope, he's got 4 upcoming projects apparently.
Oh, what are they called? Fucking Father?
He did Noah too. I never saw that.
Oh, that was horse shit.
Of course it was. It was fucking Aronofsky. In production, Welcome to Earth. Will Smith... Oh, it's a National Geographic documentary. Will Smith travels to the extreme ends of the earth from active volcanoes to deep
He already
ocean
did that
adventures.
he already did that with his son in After Earth.
The Whale, a reclusive English teacher suffering from severe obesity who attempts to... Oh, I remember hearing about this. Who attempts to reconnect with his estranged teenage daughter for one last chance at redemption. Do you know who the lead character is in this movie?
No.
This is why I remember hearing about it. Brendan Fraser. That's why...
Is that why he got so overweight?
Yes. People are all making fun of him. It's like he put that weight on for a fucking movie role.
He's an underrated actor, I'm telling you.
I am so fucking
I've
sick
always liked Brendan Fraser.
of
I don't
people
understand-
shitting on Brendan
yeah,
Fraser.
why?
I fucking... That
He's
man...
never done
the
anything
Mummy,
wrong.
The Mummy, 1999's The Mummy, fucking holds up so well today.
He's great in that DC TV series, too. I watched a couple episodes.
I haven't seen it.
Because I was curious. He's pretty good in it.
Okay, he's also got Adrift. Oh, of course, fucking Jared Leto's in it. I just can't stand
Jared
that guy.
Leto is the definition of He's an Aronofsky actor.
Yeah. A fishing boat discovers an abandoned yacht with a strange distress call. Okay. A deckhand agrees to take lone control of it while it's towed into port, but soon he discovers why it is called a ghost ship. That sounds kind of cool.
Fun.
That sounds great.
When's that come out?
It's only got
2025?
The only cast is Jared Leto, so chances are his name was attached just to get the movie financed, and then it'll probably get recast. But The Whale is pretty far along. It's in post-production. And then Adrift is in pre-production. So Adrift's probably his next movie then. He's probably finishing up The Whale and then going on to Adrift. Has he made a movie I liked? I didn't like Black Swan. I know. Oh, he made The Wrestler. I never saw The Wrestler. Did you? Was it
That
good?
was good, yeah.
Black Swan was okay, but again, with Aronofsky, I think everything that like middle America makes fun of Hollywood for, Aronofsky embodies. It's like artsy for the sake of being artsy.
Yeah, or everybody in the city of Vancouver?
Yeah, that's a good point too. Yeah. A lot of people that are just like, I'm gonna scarf it up. I'm gonna have my independent coffee latte, and I'm going to tell you what's wrong with the artistic process and everything I've seen because of it.
Every single person you see on my street.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, basically, you're in the heart of it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. actor used to mean a lot of things, and now I think it has this pretentious connotation to it, which I don't think is true. I think that that used to encompass a lot of things, entertainer being up there on the list. And now it's kind of it's either looked up at as being this revered thing or looked down upon as being this, I don't know, everyone just calls himself that. But whatever happened to just entertaining? And entertaining can be a number of things.
Did you watch the last Oscars?
I didn't.
Whew.
I did not watch it. It's the first Oscars in probably 20 years I didn't watch.
It was horrendous.
I thought it was all going to be Zoom, but it wasn't. It was in person, right?
It was in person.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, no.
But it was just a bunch of people just talking about their... It had nothing to do with the entertainment industry.
Yeah,
it was
and
everyone's personal, whatever they were going for.
So the Oscars happened. I PVR'd it. Nomadland won Best Picture. I watched Nomadland. I hated it. I didn't watch the Oscars. I was like, if this is what is being put forth as Best Picture,
it's everyone just talking about how artsy they are now, or some personal, their personal opinion. It has nothing to do with why they're acting. It was all everyone's own choice. It was all the actors how they feel about the world.
Yeah, and I
had nothing to do with the entertainment industry.
I love acting, and I think it is a craft and something that should be pursued and honed and discovered and then shared. And I think all of these things are true. But I think it becomes this masturbatory session for anyone that's asked about it.
Yeah, it was like they were all circle jerking. It was
a
one giant circle jerk.
And that to me isn't fun or
no. Remember
as
when
someone
it was so
who's
fun
an
to watch?
aspiring one to take in and go oh, I can learn from this and grow myself from it. I just think it's all just bullshit. And I just hate I hate the whole look at us doing all this cool stuff. And there's room for that too, I think. It's hey, if we made something,
it goes hand in hand.
If we made something good that everyone's loving, fuck yeah, let's that's on.
I don't think you can have one without the other. I think that's why people become actors.
It's so true though. I see a lot of people.
You see it even when you're in small stuff.
Yeah, I see a lot. There's just this arrogance that's
I'll be at
almost
a fucking commercial audition. And in the room, people are talking to each other as if they're Oscar winners.
Yeah. Oh, Kyle, did you go for that thing?
Yeah,
I did.
Hey,
I didn't hear back.
Hun,
You're
saying,
so
hey,
gross.
hun, to your friend. You're both 18 years old.
It's so fucking
You're talking
gross.
as if you're a fucking seasoned 30-year actor.
I don't There's room to be proud of your accomplishments and to talk about them honestly, but it's also very much a medium that only happens because of a collective. It's very few and far between where it's on the shoulders of one or two people. It's usually a bunch of people that help make it happen.
You got to get a gaggle together to fuck.
That's it. A gaggle, a Google, a bunch of them.
Yeah, Google, gaggle, Google, come.
And yeah, I just can't. I can't stand the self-righteous, self-congratulatory. Hey, look at me, I'm awesome. But there is. It does seem like you said. It's almost a prerequisite to be that arrogant in order to get to a spot where you can do stuff and then step back and go hey, you know what? We did this together. It's just, which is so frustrating to me because I am so paralyzed by the thought of not being able to do something.
Famous actors probably started out as dickheads.
Maybe.
But I think a lot of the ones that are really famous are actually just normal regular
I was going to say, I think it's just the trailer just dropped for He's All That, the Addison Rae vehicle.
Well, there you go.
And I think the movie stars that you and I look up to and enjoy watching and seeing. All that? Well, it kind of goes with what we were saying at the beginning of the podcast. They came up in a different time, and everyone says that. But when you look at,
did you watch the trailer for He's All That?
No, but when you look at,
we gotta watch it. Put it up right now.
No, I'm not putting it up right now. But when you look at how much technology and the medium has changed in the past even 20 years. What we've been saying this entire podcast, it requires something different now. It does require it requires everyone to be that arrogant and that possessive and that clinical when it comes to even just posting a fucking photo on Instagram. It's insane. There's no there's nothing about hey, let's see who does good work, or let's just seek out the people that do good work. Now it's, who has the most followers on a certain platform? Now we'll get them into the movie so that it can get made. Because we already have a built-in audience because this person's a part of it. And so it's just like the guys and the gals that you and I look up to that are like, fuck. I mean, like they look at that role, look at what they did, look at what they've accomplished, look at how humble they are. It's like it was all built in during a time where you could kind of be that person and still succeed. Now, I don't know if you can. I don't know if it's possible to be.
Oh, you have to be a total dickhead to get up.
Well, I mean, you have to flirt with that line. I think you have to flirt with that line of like,
look at me, look at me.
I don't. Yeah, it's like it's such a fine line.
About TikTok?
No, I mean any social media, Instagram,
joking.
Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, anything. It's such a fine line to walk between confidence and arrogance, and it just from the outside appears that crossing over into arrogance seems to get the job done and gets you what you want, and it's just kind of like I don't know if I could do it, and I don't know if I could do it. Not even like from some moral standpoint, that's part of it, but from the fact that I don't know if I'm capable of being that arrogant. Like I'm so consumed with self-doubt. I don't know if I could actually be that arrogant.
It's impossible.
So to have that kind of like willful ignorance or like, I don't know, disassociation from reality to be like, I'm the shit on some level must be nice. I don't think I could do it.
Not a chance. Not a fucking chance.
And again, I'm not saying this because I think I'm better or because I don't kind of want to, because if that's what it takes to get there, I do it. I just don't know if I can. Just truthfully, I don't know if I can.
No, I couldn't.
I drink.
I wouldn't even know how.
So I pour myself a whiskey and I'm bitter. I'm a bitter. I keep meandering along through life.
Meandering, good word.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that's all I got now. I got a couple words that I learned from my stints as a child when I was a recluse and would read and do nothing else, and that's all I got.
When you were a loser?
Still am. Proudly flying that flag. Still a fucking loser.
Awesome.
That'll be the title of my autobiography.
Still a fucking loser?
That no one's going to read. Still a fucking loser.
Yeah.
The Trevor Lawless story.
2 copies sold.
Yeah. Well, probably 2 copies given away.
Yeah.
2 copies were printed and given away.
No, your parents bought them.
One,
sorry. One, your family members bought them.
One would buy it, the other would buy it, but then skim through it to see how they factored it. Yeah, how they factored in.
Yeah.
Probably not much at all. But that would require me to sit down and type it, which I don't plan on doing. So just comb through all of the live streams we've done. And you can kind of piece it together yourself.
Cole's Notes. Mm-hmm. Is that what Cole's Notes?
Cole's Notes is the summation.
Yeah.
My wife went to visit some family recently, and they have teenage children. And one of the teenagers said, this might send you right over the falls. One of the teenagers said, why would I watch a whole movie when I can watch a 15-minute recap of it on YouTube?
We're doomed.
That was a real thing. He was like, yeah, I could watch the whole movie, but I could just get the gist of it by someone recapping it on YouTube.
Did they put him down?
I don't think so. I think he's still.
Did they draw a bath and?
I'm assuming he has some merit still, because they're and also just your own biological instincts would kick in.
If my son said that, he'd be 6 feet deep.
I don't even know if I should say it. I won't say this, but I used to work. I used to work with someone. He said, "I'll tell you off the pod." It was great. It was pretty good. Anyways, I think that's a good place to wrap it up.
Oh yeah.
If any of you have children, just
don't let them get away with that shit.
Let them watch the whole fucking movie, or make them if you have to.
Duct tape them to the chair.
They don't even the barrier. The barrier to seeing a movie now is so much like
the barrier to semen.
The barrier to semen and to see a movie. Like listen to all the shit I just said over the past hour. How I had to see a movie, and now you can just look it up on Netflix. You can download it. You can look it up on Amazon Prime, Disney Plus. The barrier to entry is literally 3.
It's not a good thing. I don't enjoy it.
Well, no, I'm just saying for these kids, like
no,
this
I'm saying,
kid.
Like I don't.
That's like I want to watch a recap.
Yeah, I don't know how that's enjoyable, even for the new generation or whatever the fuck you say it is now, and that's.
Yeah, well, if you enjoy watching a recap of a movie as opposed to the actual movie, I don't know. That's like, isn't that kind of like the movie Click? Like you enjoy reading a recap of your life as opposed to living it. I don't know.
That's not a generational thing. That should just be human beings not
the experience
okay with that. Yeah.
Well, then we get into the aversion to experience because of the potential for it to be bad. So people would rather isolate themselves from a potentially bad experience.
I mean, maybe they're being programmed to think that's normal now.
No, I think everyone's everyone has an aversion to pain. Everyone wants to avoid pain and seek out comfort where they can, right?
I guess.
So why risk the 2 hours of not enjoying the movie when you could watch a 15-minute recap? I guess it's the experience.
There's no excuse for that whatsoever.
I agree, and I wish I was there. I would have set him straight.
Oh, fuck. I would have hit him over the head with a tack hammer.
Okay, well, that is murder. Thanks so much for listening, everyone. That's it this week. We're going to get some more drinks and continue to just trudge along.
Wallow.
Yeah, I hope you do too. Oh, we got a couple movies now. That'll be fun. We're going to see Free Guy. We're going to see Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
A little double feature and crawl into a bottle.
Yeah, a little buzz.
Love you guys. Thanks for watching. If you did. Thanks for listening. If you did.
Always white front to back.
That's it. Yeah, there it is. All right, guys. Have a good one. We'll see you next week.
See you later.